Hi, we're Sophomore Council, and I'm Jackie. I'm the president.
I'm Kimmy, I'm vice president.
I'm Nada, and I'm the secretary and treasurer.
One of our biggest events was sophomore sweaters. We started it over the summer, but we shouldn't have because we should have asked for share first. We went with Bay Ink Screens. It's a company on El Camino, but asked for share for a good company because they didn't really work well with us. We had options. People like options. We had a nice design, and it said class of 2015 on it. And on the back, you could have got it saying 2015 or your name and 15 on it. There was different prices. The one with 2015 on the back, it was 23 with PL and 25 without. And the one with your name on it was 30 with PL, 30 without. Have extra large sizes, like, because some people need those, and we didn't ask, but we got them done. Also, you need to publicize it, tell everyone, make announcements in your class, make flyers, like make it known to your class that you're selling these. It was actually a pretty successful event. We made over $800. It was the sweaters came out nice. Most people like them. We also when working with like the company, make sure that you could pay after the fact that they made them. So just ask the sheriff for details or your advisor. Talk to your advisor about what's going on, and sell for about 2 to 3 weeks. If you're gonna sell for longer, don't tell them, and so they could buy it beforehand, not last minute. Also, try to get them before homecoming because that's what they want. They want them before homecoming so they can wear them to the homecoming game. And when you deliver them to their class because sometimes they won't pick them up. And if they're absent, just deliver them another day. So the next year, I think we're having a design. The design Ms. Fisher will probably show you because we have to use a certain Mustang now on certain writing. So ask her for that first and get started as soon as possible so you could get these done. I think sophomore sweaters is a great idea because it shows spirit and it's a tradition and everyone loves them. So good luck with doing them. This is what our flyer looked like. We had the name, if they wanted a crew neck or hoodie. We had size small, medium, large, or extra large, but they could add if they wanted extra large, but it was extra money. What's their fourth period and what they wanted on the back. If they spelled whatever was spelled it wrong on the sweater, it was on the paper, it would be wrong on the sweater. This is very important to have for like references, and if anything goes wrong, you have the paper. We didn't have any refunds unless something went really wrong. So I know everything went pretty smooth. But the paper is very important, and the flyer and show what the sweaters will look like we did. That's what people liked.
So another event that we did was we sold Coke and water at the Powder Puff game, and I wouldn't recommend doing that again because we ended up having more soda than necessary, and we can't sell it like on campus afterwards. So I wouldn't recommend doing it again, but we ended up making $40 from it, so I guess it went okay. And also make sure that when you're selling, you ask like all the other councils if they're gonna sell anything there, and also check the weather because you don't want to have like cold drinks on a cold day, and also everyone that goes might not want to buy something, so just be careful like if you do end up selling anything there.
Another event that we did was the Barnes & Noble fundraiser, and this fundraiser was really successful, but you do it around Christmas time, and you have to sign up through any Barnes & Noble, and they provide you with the gift wrap and the scissors and some tape, and you basically go and you sit there, and you have to bring a parent with you, and you wrap gifts for people, and it's donations, so they will give you a donation. And so all the profits go to you. And when you're there, like, you should be really spirited and you should try to get people's attention. Like, don't wait for someone to come to you. You should approach people and try to talk to people because it will make your event more successful. You also have to bring a parent with you every time you go for supervision, and you make your own little like donation box where they put their money in it. And also remember to be polite because these people are donating money to you. So don't like don't be rude to anyone. Like be really polite to people who give you money. And it'd be a good idea to sign up early so you have good days like days before Christmas, which would be good, and ask the class to help you work it so you could have a couple leadership kids come and help you, and also make sure they know how to wrap gifts because that's really important. That's the whole purpose of it. It was pretty successful. We made $241 doing it, and it helped us come out of the shadows and into the light because we were working with basically strangers who came up to us, and you have to start conversations with them, you have to be nice. So it helped us learn how to talk to people and learn how to approach people, and it was a really successful event, and I think you guys should do it again next year.
Well, another event that we did was Jamba Juice fundraiser. It wasn't very successful because we did it during a quad and we bought way too much. I think we bought 100 strawberry wild and mango go-go, but the thing that didn't work out was because you couldn't drink it in the gym, so you had to wait outside. And people like they were melting, so people were like, "Oh no, I don't want to take it in there and I miss the game." So it took the whole time, like 4 hours, to sell 100. And if you would do it again, probably do it at a football game because it's outside and it's hotter weather during football season and more people go. And you could drink it in the stadium in the stands while you're watching. During basketball games, you can't. We can't. It's a really good fundraiser because they bring the Jamba Juice to you, they deliver everything, and you pay after the fact, after you like sold everything, and you make your profit. They gave them to us for $3, but we sold them for $5 to make a $2 profit. Some people thought it was expensive because it was a 16 size, but after we told them that it's for a fundraiser and we need it's to make a profit, it worked very well. We came out the shadows and into the lights with this because we had to go up to people and because we weren't selling and be like, can you please buy, tell them what's going on, and like interact with people so they could buy them and be polite. So you learn how to like speak to people. Also, when you do this, have a couple people there that work in the money and maybe not have like a cooler or something to put them in because they started melting after a while. If you do this during a football game, I think it'd be a much more successful event than if you do it during a quad like we did. And I think you should do it next year.
So another event that we did was we handed out goodie bags to the class on Valentine's Day. It wasn't a fundraiser, it was just to show the class that, oh, we appreciate you, and we went around the spirit courts looking for the sophomores, giving them the goodie bags that we made that had a pencil, candy, stickers, and just to get them in the spirit of Valentine's Day. We stepped out of the shadows and into the light by going around the school and handing out the goodie bags that we made to the sophomores, and we interacted with sophomores that we didn't know before, and it was just a great way to connect with our class.
All right, so on one of our food sales days, we decided to sell lumpia and rice. We got the food from a company called Taste Buds. We sold a bowl of rice with 3 lumpias for $5. We made $90, so it was a pretty successful event. In the beginning, we didn't put that much rice in the bowls because we thought it would run out. But we ended up having leftover rice. So I think next year's council should definitely do this again. It was a big success and helped us come out of the shadows into the light because as people came up to us, we got to meet new people and yeah.
So for St. Patrick's Day, we bought chocolate and we put them in made a pot of gold, and we handed them out to the sophomore class around the school, and we just wanted to interact with our class again because after Valentine's Day we wanted to do a follow-up. So for St. Patrick's Day we just handed out chocolate to bring our class closer and just interact with the rest of our sophomore class.
This year in open house, Sophomore Council did the spaghetti feed. It was a great hit. It was a success. We made lots of money. It was on March 14th. It was before the spaghetti feed, an hour before. We got Miss Devine to do the food for us. She gave us really good prices, and the food was really good. We just had to decorate the place ourselves. We went to the dollar store and bought everything. We bought tablecloths, and we bought centerpieces. It was like a little glass vase with flowers. It looked really nice, and it was simple but nice. The tablecloths, we had to buy like 2 for each table because one wouldn't fit just on one table, so you had to buy 2. And when a good idea that we had was getting a adult plate and a children's plate because parents didn't want to pay a full $10 for a kid that wouldn't eat it all, so we did a children's plate that was cheaper. The adult plate was $10 and the kids plate was $5. We had we paid outside the cafeteria, and we had like little slips that said adult paid, and you just signed it off. And when you got in there, they ripped it in half and they gave you back your receipt so you could get dessert. The food was really great. Miss Devine's class made it. We had spaghetti, and it was separate from pasta and the meat because some people don't really like meat. And we had chocolate fondue. I think it was like chocolate mousse for dessert, and it was really good. Also, when getting cups, get like a medium-sized one because the big ones are just too big and people just leave them around. Also, get enough tables. Get a lot of tables because people don't always sit next to each other, so they're spread apart. And I really recommend you guys do it next year, and it was a really great hit. We made a lot of money. We came out of the shadows and into the light with this activity because we had to talk with the admin, and we also had to talk to parents so they could come, and we walked around telling parents what we were doing. Also, when we were selling, we just had conversations with them, so we worked really well talking to people.
Another thing that we did to recognize our class was we had Sophomore of the Month, and what we did was we went to 5 teachers every month, and we had them pick 1 boy and 1 girl. What you want to try not to do is try not to have repeated people, and make sure you do it every month. Because I know with the months it gets crazy, but you have to do it every single month. And then at the end of the year, you can do we did goodie bags to recognize our people with certificates, but you can also do ice cream or something.
Another successful event that we did was El Super Burrito. We just called El Super Burrito, asked them for a day and how much money we would get back if we had flyers done, and then if people brought them in and said they came from Cap. We made at least $275. A lot of people came in. It was $600 something, but 20% of that was only $100 something. Fun. Tell people about it a couple days before so they don't lose the flyers, and make tons of flyers and sit at the restaurant too, passing them out to people coming in. It was a great hit, and a bunch of people love El Super Burrito.
Alright, another really successful event that we had was March Madness. It was pretty successful because a lot of people love to play sports, especially at lunch and with their friends. We did it during March because it corresponds with the college basketball March Madness tournament.
So all we did was we had a sign-up day, which was during lunch, and it was an informational meeting and a place where you could sign up. So a lot of kids showed up and they signed up with their other friends, so they made teams. And then after that, we made a schedule where all the teams would play each other, and every time someone lost, they were eliminated. And basically, in the end, what they won basically was they got to play a teacher team, and we got a teacher team to come play. And in the end, actually, the teachers won, and it was really successful because we had them pay a fee just to play. and we've made about $120. And another thing you need for this event is you need them to sign a waiver, so their parents have to sign a waiver because they're under the age of 18, and because just in case they like fall or something, they won't sue the school. So yeah.
Alright, this event helped other kids get out of the shadows and into the light because they got to go play basketball with new kids. Like, I got to have the experience against playing other people, and yeah.
This event should be done again because it was a really successful fundraising event, but it was also to unite not only the sophomore class but the whole school because all of the grades participated in it. So you should definitely do this next year. It's a really successful event, and a lot of kids enjoyed it.
Here are some helpful tips.
Fundraise!
Fundraise!
Fundraise! Be smart, be creative, and work hard.
Work hard, play
Work
hard,
very
work
hard.
play hard,
Work very, very hard.
play hard.
Just do what they say.
Work.